Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch, but you already knew that because you know so many things. And welcome to my second collab. Today I'm going to be collabing with the crazy troll train conductor herself, Dion from Dion Loves Makeup here on YouTube and Instagram. I've been following Dion for a few years. She's, there's just those people who you don't remember a time when you didn't know them. So sometimes it's hard to gauge how long you've known them. Yes, she falls into that category. But she's an amazing creator here on Instagram and YouTube, and she does just breathtaking looks. Honestly, I am this close to repurchasing so many Pat McGrath palettes because she just makes them look so easy, so beautiful, so versatile. I just love her style. And the mantra of her channel is just something I think we all can hold close to ourselves, which is just to love yourself as is, embellish when you want to. I'm paraphrasing, but embellish when you want to. Remember, it all washes off at the end of the day. Dion is one of my favorite creators. I am really just so happy and excited to know her among other people. I did a collab with Erica Conger. She was my first collab here on my channel. And I have to say this here. With my son, I have to squeeze time in to film. And I didn't have enough time to really think about how I did my video. And I just feel like I didn't speak much about her. I didn't give her enough praise. So I want to say here, because when it comes to who I would love to do a collab with, it is an even tie between these two creators, Dion Loves Makeup and Erica Conger. They have just been the most influential people to me on a more personal level in the last 2 years than anyone else that I have met on Instagram and YouTube. There's a third person as well, but specifically these two have just always been like the biggest cheerleaders for me, my biggest champions. They are just so amazing. I love you both. You both rock. And I will be, I've got something in my noggin. So I just wanted to give another shout out to Erica. You are amazing. Thank you so much for being the first collab. And Dion, thank you so much for being my second collab and for helping me use this palette. So all that cum flapping out of the way here. Dion and I are going to be using the Connect and Color Future Flame palette. This is from MAC. This was a Christmas, was this a Christmas? No, this wasn't their Christmas launch because I believe they did specific palettes for Christmas, but these are still available. I got mine from Ulta. They're about $52 each. I got mine on sale, so I think I got them for around $30. These are my first MAC palettes. I say these because I also have the Hi-Fi, and I have not really, I think I've used this one once, so I'm very happy to be using it here with Dion. And not only are we going to do a look, but we're also going to answer 5 questions that she found from a tag or something like that. And I love the fact that she was prepared with that because, look, you already see the way I can talk. I wouldn't know where to find, I don't know where people find tags. So I probably would have just went on the Pinterest and gone to like writing themes and take those as questions. But I like the questions she has, and because I can really let these gums flap, let's just get into it. Before I start on the questions and the eye look, I'm gonna run down really quick what's on the face. I have to do my blush and my cheek situation, as Dion would say. And then we will get into the eye and we'll finish up with a lip or two. Because, if you're new to my channel, hi. My Instagram is She Who Hits Pan, and you will see that when I do an eye look, I do like to switch up my lip combos because 1, I don't want the fun to end, and 2, I like to see what other lips can go with an eye. So right now on the face, I am wearing the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation. I wear the shade Sienna. My concealer today is actually my Nikki K concealer. I'll be doing a video on my base product, so it's not too important right now. But I have set the under eyes with my Derma Blend Warm Saffron. The rest of my face is not set with any powder. Typically I do, but I don't have to with this foundation because it is so matte, it's a self-setter. The brows are large and in charge, are they not? They are bold, Sharpie Instagram brows, one of my favorite styles. And today I went back to my roots. It's not really roots, it's a love of mine, but it's the Juvia's Place eyebrow pen. And I just love it. It gives me like Tim Burton brows, and I like that for me, okay? And that is all that we have on the face. So let's go. Anyways, so we're going in with my Mented Yacht Life bronzer. It's been my favorite bronzer for the last 2-ish months, I think. Maybe longer, but definitely the last 2 months I've really been getting some use out of her. I love this bronzer so much. It has steadily become one of my favorites. I do have about 3 super faves, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my bronzer in the bronzer areas. I don't contour and bronzer. I wouldn't know where to put the 2 shades at the same time. So I typically just decide whether or not my look is gonna be cool tone or warm tone, and then I move accordingly. So today we're doing warm tone, so I'm going to bronze. If I was doing cool tone, I would contour. So just using a cooler tone product, but putting it all in the same place, okay? All right, and next I'm going to go in with a Juvia's Place blush. I depotted all of my duos, and it fits really nicely in this old Makeup Geek quad palette. And I don't know the name of these because I depotted them. I didn't even look to see if they have names. So it's an orange blush, okay? Orange blush for the win. It is one of my favorite shades on brown skin. Ooh, writing poetry again. And it just looks absolutely stunning. And I found a combination of shades that just really sing together, and I have been wearing it pretty much nonstop. All right, so as I do this, let me go ahead and get to the first question. The first question is, what are your must-have qualities in a best friend? Well, I have really good friends. They're all friends of my husband's. They're like my husband's friends, partners. I would consider them my good friends. I have one best friend. She's my wife. Her name is Cara. But when I think about qualities of a best friend, honestly, honesty and the willingness to grow and to learn from one another. So this means that I don't need you to be right all the time, and I don't need to be with someone who I can be with and feel like I'm right all the time. I want someone who's going to call me out because they love me and they care for me and they want the best for me and they want to nourish me and help me grow. And they want me to do the same thing for them so I can be honest and authentic. So yeah, honesty and authenticity. I hate that word, but I love the quality, okay? Because I am a weird person. I'm a weird person. I am very childlike in my humor, and my imagination is very wild, and I don't have a filter, but not in the way like, oh, I tell it like it is, I'm blunt. No, I don't have a filter, meaning however I'm feeling, whatever I want to say, I'm going to say it in front of anyone. So for example, my wife and I, we have our own language. And I call it Jasmanian, but it was originally called Jack. It was just the acronym for the friend group we were in. And we have little words that mean specific things, like chicken is everything, okay? A fresh life could be either soda or some lip balm. You don't know. It depends on what's going on, okay? We call each other things like chicken foot. One time I had to change my phone number, the first time ever since having my own phone. And to prove that it was me, I said, and I proved to you that it's me. And I said, I'm a popsicle stick with a popsicle hand. And she knew instantly that was me, because that's something years and years ago, like when we first started hanging out. One day we were going to, I think, Mayfair Mall, and we were just walking, and I was out of my mouth, just out of nowhere, I'm a popsicle stick with a popsicle hand. And, you know, I can just be authentically weird, and she bounced off of it, and the other 2 people from our group have bounced off of it. I just need people who I can be myself with, and that requires honesty and authenticity. Those are my 2 qualities. Everything else, you know, is subject to growth and change, and comfort levels, and whether or not you truly are allowing yourself to feel, you know, vulnerable and comfortable with someone. But definitely honesty. That's something I ask for from any relationship that I have, because if we can't be honest, we can't do none of the other things. Honesty is the foundation. Okay, so that's that blush. I'm heavy-handed. I love it. I'm gonna go into this palette. I believe this brand is called Tres Leche. And what do you know? I got this from Dion. I like to purchase from Dion's Macari store. She be having some good things and some great sales. And I also know how she is about her products, so it's basically brand new, okay? But I have been loving this palette. I'm using the shade Abundance with this gorgeous orange blush, this bronze highlighter. Oh, you think it look good on camera? You should see it in person. Oh my, oh, look at the juice-tasticness. Now it is highlighted these here blemishes, but like I said once before, and blemish them blemishes, okay? We gonna love them blemishes because they are part of me and I love me. And they're healing beautifully, okay? No more of whatever that serum was, and my skin is fine. Okay, so that is the face. Let's move on to these eyes, all right? Second question. If you had to get a tattoo today, what would you get? I already know what I would get. I would get one of two things. Either I would get adventure with like a tree or some type of nature, maybe the moon and a mountain, very basic. But I would get that because it kind of signifies my love of nature and the adventures my husband and I want to go on. We have a plan, like he's kind of mapping out like his ultimate trip. Definitely includes the Yellowstone Park, but I was like, we should call it Ventures before Dentures. Okay, so I would totally get adventurous somewhere if he and I could do it as a couple's tattoo. But if I weren't to get that, I actually want a ram on my shoulder. It's one of my, not my spirit animal, but and not even like a totem, but what was it? It's my, gosh, I haven't looked at this part of my healing journey in so long, I can't remember what this word is. Not my power animal. I can't remember, but it has a large significance to me. You would think I remember what this word is called. It's because it's not my totem animal. It's my, I can't remember, but a ram. I have it in one of my journals, and it just would be a very ceremonious tattoo, and it would not be something I would get lightly, but if I had to think about like what do I want, I'd want that. But I want to be in a place where I feel that I deserve it. Long story, but that's the answer, okay? That may not have made sense, but I can't give any more context than that, so. And I do have a tattoo. I only have one, but it's a large tattoo. It was my first tattoo. Can I segue? And am I breaking the rules? Can I segue and tell you the story about my tattoo? It's very quick. So I wanted to do something to kind of pay homage to my dadu. He's my stepfather, and he's been with me since I was 2. So now that's 33 years, going on 34. And we had talked about adoption, but by the time, you know, my parents got married, it just didn't seem necessary. We already felt like he was our father, and we already felt like his children to him. So, now I want to say maybe 4 years ago, I decided I wanted to get a tattoo, and I wanted it to be, you know, something dedicated to. And my dad had a family crest, which wasn't surprising, but I think that was the year I was learning so many things about him that when he told me he had a family crest, I was like, of course you do. So I looked at the crest. I thought it was ugly. So I was like, I'm not doing that. But I do want his name on me. Kind of like a symbolic, but I couldn't take the name, but I can always have the name and take it with me everywhere I go. So I reached out to a tattoo artist who is very, very popular in my area. He's very hard to get. And look, the universe, I asked, and the universe was like, no problem. I got the last open slot he had because I'd gone in and he overheard me talking to one of the people that he employs, because he owns the shop as well. And he doesn't do small tattoos. He heard what I wanted. It sounded intriguing to him. He decided he wanted to take it. I gave him very basic information about what I wanted, and he was like, let's do it. So I came the day of my appointment, and I don't know, like, this is so stupid. I don't know what I thought was supposed to happen, but I didn't actually bring any money with me. I thought we were going to sit and we were going to talk about it, and he was going to draw it up, and then we were going to, you know, make a date to do it. now listening to myself say it, I'm like, why would you do that? But that's literally what I thought. That's what I saw in movies. You know, I'd never gone into a tattoo parlor. I didn't know how it worked. He was like, that's okay. Let's go ahead and do it. I was like, are you kidding me? I don't have the money to. He was like, it's fine. So I also had wanted my husband to be there with me, but he was not because I did not know I was getting it, right? So we get in the chair, and when we get in there, Marilyn Manson is playing. I used to like Marilyn Manson. I mean, I still like his music, but I hate him as a person. And I was like, okay, just focus on the music. And then after that one Marilyn Manson song, the entire time I was there, it was 3 hours of Pantera. My husband's favorite band is Pantera. I latched onto that music so deeply to kind of have the essence of my husband there. And I got my first tattoo done. It took 3 hours. I felt like I was going to throw up a few times. At one point, hurt my elbow so bad. It was like he was digging in my elbow with the blunt tip of this brush. And I felt so bad and so stupid for not having my money that when I told him I'm coming back the next day, I promise you I will be here right after I get off work. I am coming to you. And he was like, okay. He was so chill. I feel like he thought I was bullshitting him and like he just got scammed. But I was like, I promise you, the second I got off work, I went and I paid him. I gave him an extra $50 for being an asshole. I was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't know the etiquette. But it was crazy because, you know, he was booked solid and he just heard what I wanted. It intrigued him. He decided to do it. So if I get another tattoo, I hope that happens. I'm sorry, guys. See, I can talk. Anyways, let's get into this palette. So I want to do something really big and blown out, which is why I have my brows hella big. All right. I'm going to start with this orange color. Do you guys want to know what the names are called? This is called Samoa Silk, I believe, right? It's hard when they're like the palette is backwards. So like, which way am I looking at it? Okay, if this, see, I don't know. Whatever, y'all. I can't tell which way the names are supposed to be. So we're gonna go into this here orange, all right? Going into this orange, I'm gonna stick this into my crease quite high up into the brow. Oh, I got my color switchy here. And of course, I put some primer on it. So I'm just gonna pop that on my wrist here and tap that off. And we're gonna stick this real high in the crease, okay? Third question is, what is a telltale sign that you are upset? Oh, my face. My eyes. My face and my eyes will tell you. You could ask me, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. That, I guess my face, my eyes, and my voice, definitely. Voice will drop, and my face will be my face. I have chronic bitch face, especially when I'm just like in a relaxed state. I saw a video on Instagram and this girl was like, she can't stand when people tell her she should smile and whatnot, and all the comments were other chronic bitch face sufferers. And one person said, dang, what did they say? I literally just forgot. Oh crap. I hate when that happens. Anyways, yeah. When I'm upset, you definitely will see it before you even ask me any questions. So I'm gonna try to stay on topic, but that is definitely how you can tell that I'm mad. Or let's say it's not like a thing you can see. Let's say I'm like talking to you and I'm upset. And if I'm really upset and I'm like done with you, I'll just say, well, I'll talk to you when I talk to you. And that means I'm never talking to you again. I've only said that to a few people. So, all right. I'm gonna bring that orange up just a wee bit higher on the inner portion of the eye, leaving that space because we're gonna put that tan shade there. But I want this quite high, right up yonder. Okay. Fourth question, we're moving along. What is your nickname? Well, my wife calls me Jazzy Faye. My family calls me Jazzy. My husband calls me, you know, Baby or Doe. Pebbles. My nephews used to call me TT Jaja, which I loved. I'm called Miss Jasmine. TT Jazzy. It's pretty much my nicknames. Okay, so on the brow bone, I'm gonna go into this light peachy shade. Is it peachy? More tan. There's a little peach. And we're gonna just use that right under the arch of the brow. I want that to be nice and bright. So I'm basically just setting the Made by Mitchell that's under there. Because I like to use the Made by Mitchell just to carve out my brow. All right. Okay, now it's time to get deep with it. Let's get some deep shades. First, I'm gonna go back into that orange. We're gonna take her out just a wee bit more, okay? Because like I said, I want a nice blown out look here. All right, last question. What is your favorite topic to talk about? Well, it's not even what do I like to talk about. I just enjoy talking to people who enjoy having conversations, who enjoy a conversation that can be cyclical, that can go around and around, that will dive into all kinds of like windy roads. How did we end up talking about this? What was the original point? Oh, we back on track now. That kind of conversation. Or deep conversation that turns goofy, that then goes serious, that goes like middle, and then is very imaginative and very, easy. It flows. I just love people who love talking about whatever they're talking about with the people they care about. That's what I enjoy. I love talking about makeup. I love talking about books. My coworker and I, we started a two-person book club. I love talking about spirituality, about nature, about life, about anything really. It's just, as long as the person I'm talking to is engaged, they are listening, they are exchanging their own thoughts and things like that. They're, open-minded. That's what I enjoy. I love someone who can teach me something I did not know in a way that doesn't make you feel stupid, that doesn't feel pretentious, that doesn't feel like, oh, they're trying to show you how little you know. I just like someone who will teach me, who will tell me something that they're excited about, All right, so now we're gonna go into this brown shade, and I wanna go in with I need another blending brush, but a little bit small. We're gonna do should we do a halo? I think I want to do a halo. So I'm gonna take this brown here, nice and deep. I'm just use the palette, and that's gonna be outer and inner. Okay. So yeah, I just enjoy people who like speaking about what they're speaking about. I like somebody who can add some comedy to it. Philosophical. Yeah. I love talking about music, how it makes you feel, what you see when you hear it. I just love talking, which is very weird. I do and I don't. I think sometimes I have a little bit of selective mutism. Because sometimes I don't want to talk at all. I hate speaking in the morning. Oh, I loathe it. Don't talk to me in the morning. And it's not even no talking before coffee. It's just stop talking to me. It is 7 o'clock. Who needs to be talking at 7 o'clock? That's how I feel. All right. So I'm going back in with the orange shade just to blend the edges of that deeper shade. I've never had a MAC palette. I think I've said that. I think I've had MAC shades. I've bought individuals, but I never kept them. I remember back in the day, Plumage. Ooh, do y'all remember the MAC shade Plumage? It was this disgusting, garbagey teal green, and it was one of the most difficult shadows MAC had ever made. It's so hard to use because the formula just for that dry matte, ooh, it was terrible. I remember that. Be quiet with all that. Y'all know I'm recording and my baby's sleep. gonna take that dark shade under the lower lash line as well, just the outer part. Okay. Now we need some variation. So now I'm gonna go into this red shade. I bet y'all thought we was done. No, we not. Really gonna load her up, like load her. All right, and she is gonna go, oh, in betwixt these two shades. So mostly, not even really the crease, but in the socket. So in the socket of my eye. So I'm gonna look up so that I stay in that socket. And that's gonna go across the whole thing. Oh yeah, that's nice. I do like the way these shades are building upon each other. And look at the packaging, isn't that gorgeous? MAC can do some things right, and then other times, we ain't gonna talk about the Aaliyah collection. We ain't gonna do it. We ain't gonna do it, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Again, just going back in with that orange to further blend. Okay, I like this, but right up in here, we gotta clean that up. She looking messy. She looking messy. I'm gonna take that orange on a more pinpointed, like tightly packed brush. And we're just gonna use that orange to carve in this brown shade here. Get her into formation. Just to kind of like get a mock curve in that application, if that makes sense. Because it was just traveling too far over there, the dark shade. So yeah, we can practically fill the inner corner here with that beautiful orange. All right, I'm gonna go back in with that red shade because we need some more of that. I want some more of that. And we're gonna blow her up mostly on the outer part here. Bring her up past that socket. And anything that I get too red versus orange, we're just gonna pop orange on top. So I'm literally just moving the gradients upwards. Because it's all relative, it's all flexible. Just, you don't like it there, move it. Yeah, I'm liking that shape. Okay. All right, so no added product on the orange brush. We're just gonna wiggle that up here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggly, wiggle. Well, guys, since I finished all the questions for Jasmine, hi. You know the saying, when life gives you lemon, make lemonade. Today, every once in a while, like I just be sitting and I be talking to myself because you have to sometimes. And I thought about like, I miss the days when I used to have Snapchat. And I never had Snapchat and like friends on Snapchat. I solely had Snapchat to make videos for my mom. And I just thought of a skit. And I was like, you know, when life gives you lemons, take a knife, cut the lemon in half, and then with both hands in full intention, squeeze the juice in the eyes of your enemy. I don't need therapy. What are you talking about? My son was looking at me like, who are you talking to? And I was like, no one. I'm brainstorming. Mind your business. Eat your cookies. This boy got breakfast wafers all over my house today. He left one on my bed. He left one in the living room on the couch. He left one in his room on the dresser. Left one in the hall on the floor. I said, oh, you just leaving breakfast cookies everywhere? They're breakfast wafers, Belvitas, but I call them cookies because my son can't say wafer yet. He just says cookie. I said, oh, you just gonna leave these here cookies everywhere? Come get them later when you want a little nosh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. I like that. So I've put that orange on the lower lash line. We're gonna go in with that red again. And now let's get into some shimmies, okay? I'm gonna go in with that red and on the outer portion. like it. Let's use this palette more often. She cute or whatever. Okay, now it's time for some shimmy shims, yeah? So first of all, this shimmy is probably gonna go in the intercorner. So let's pop that on right now. We can just do that now. Ooh, she a little flaky. Ooh, she a little flaky. She a little flaky. Oh, she very flaky. We got some fallout now. Okay. Hold on. Oh, I don't really have a powder brush because I didn't have to powder my face. So I'm just going to use my blush brush to get that kick up. All right. So now with our shimmies, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to stick to like where I do like a red or a shimmer that kind of goes across my eye. So I'm going to take that same like kind of densely packed brush that I use for, oh, this brush is on her way out. Some of the bristles are getting all frayed. But I'm going to take this bright red shade here. There's a hair on my face because why not? All right, so we're going to go into that red shade. I'm not going to use any type of bases or anything to adhere this. I just want to see what she does on her own. And this is a quite deep shimmer. It's quite dark. So it's not really giving me much shine, but it is pretty. I think it's something that will translate better in photo. Actually, let's see what it does with the finger. I don't enjoy using my finger, but I will sometimes. Oh, ignore my nails, y'all. Oh, just ignore that. Okay, I like it. And then I'm gonna go into this bronzy shade here, and that's gonna go on the rest of the eye. And I always like to bring this shimmer kind of up into the crease so that you can really see it when I open my eye. My eyes are just hooded enough to cause problems, but not so hooded that you would think that you would naturally say I have hooded eyes. It's pretty. And I think we're done. I'm just gonna clean off my fingies. And I'm gonna do just basic black liner. Just a regular liner from the beauty supply store that I had lying around. Where you at, girl? It's your turn. Come up. Come on down to the stage. Okay, yes, so just a Nikki K. Oh, that is not black, Jasmine. That is silver. No, no, no. Not today. You know what? I don't know if it's gonna ruin it. We're gonna use green, actually. What? I don't know why. I love this green. This is probably my oldest eye pencil. And every once in a while, like I just did this about a week or two ago. I just sharpened all of my pencils, and I'll sharpen a good portion of them off just so you know, you're getting rid of old product. It still applies smoothly. It is a long wearing formula, and the color is just stunning. All right. Sorry, I am just noticing how much terrible fallout we have. Oh yeah, that green really pulls this together. Beautiful. Okay. Mascara. I'm not going to do any liner on the top. I usually don't. But mascara is the Total Temptation from Maybelline. I'm really enjoying this mascara. Ooh, y'all, I almost yawned in your face. I am so tired. Alright. So yeah. Thank you so much, Dion. This has been fun. And I really did need to use this palette, so I think it would be very nice to challenge myself to use it again. And to see like what different looks I can get out of it. Ooh, and especially, you know, I love using a palette by itself. I think it's important to be able to, but I also love pairing palettes together. I wish this was in a palette that could be easily depotted. I'm sure I could figure it out. I mean, if I can depot a Pat McGrath palette, pretty sure I can depot a matte one. I don't necessarily want to, but. All right, and that is the eye. I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm just gonna bring this down a bit so we can get our head in frame. Not worried about the hair or anything like that, so we'll just ignore whatever doesn't look right. Hide my little ears. I like to have my ears covered all the time. I ain't getting no bugs in my ear, I can tell you that much. Ooh, you ever see horror stories of the ER? Terrifying. Anyways, for lips, I have on a little bit of cherry chapstick. Dion has totally got me on chapstick. I never used to use chapstick, but I see why he likes it. It's very good. Okay, for lip combos, Nima Tang chocolate chip. This is all I have left. Devastated, but I do have neutral, dark, brown, black, and pencils that will do the same thing. So she's had a good life. She showed me the combos. We can let her rest. All right, so just lining on my lower lip, or on my lip line. And my lip line kind of protrudes up and down, which is why it looks like I'm lining under my lip, but that is indeed my lip line. What if my lips were that small? That made it easier to line. I like it. Anyways, lipstick. I have out actually 2 of the Ulta Beauty lipsticks. These are actually really nice. So I'm going to use the shade Secret Passage. I think this is the lightest one. And it's a really close dupe to my Peach Please from Minted. So we're going to use her. And I use the lipstick to blend out the liner. And that's how you get that lip. I think today we are going to keep it matte. I don't feel like glossing it. And guys, that is it. That is the finished look. I love it. So thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's been me, Jasmine the Buffet Witch, but you already knew that because me and Dion just told you. Thank you, Dion, so much. You really don't know how much it means to me. Honestly, I know we've done collabs before, but to actually be doing it with you on my YouTube channel, something you have been urging me to do for so long, it's about time. And it feels good to have your constant reminders in my head, on my feed, in my messages, on YouTube for others to see and to absorb and to share. It's important. She once told me that she believes that my my knowledge or my style or whatever you want to call it, my content is needed and useful to the community, and hers is as well. I enjoy watching her so much. Sometimes I'm not even really interested in the makeup. I just want to hear her talk. I just want to hear her talk about what she has and what she's using and why, and just the encouragement she gives people to love themselves and to own themselves, you know, own your beauty in every single facet. And it's just refreshing. And I always comment the same thing, like on YouTube or on Instagram. You know, there's another woman, she hosts a lot of collabs and challenges, and I always just say how I'm so happy to be in this community, because it is 2024. We all remember what happened in 2020 to 2023, some shenanigans, and it's wonderful to be able to move past that without looking back and dissecting all of it, and just moving forward with people who are so positive and so nourishing to the community. It's a wonder. Every time I encounter a new person and they are just lovely and positive and happy for other people to be happy with their makeup, it gives me immense joy. It's why I continue to do what I do. It's why I continue to lean into my inner child that wants to do this stuff. It makes me so happy. I look at my makeup and I see crayons and paper and painting and Play-Doh. What I mean is, it just reminds me of being a child, of creating. And to me, it's also a lot of therapy, because we're not really taught in depth to love ourselves first, to look at ourselves, to value ourselves first. It's such a after the fact, out of body thing. And Dion's messages in the beginning of her videos, or as she's priming her eyes, always hit home. And it actually doesn't matter personally to me how many times I hear the intro. It doesn't matter. Every single time is a wonderful reminder, and I'm so happy to have found her and to be counted as a friend, and to count her as a friend. So again, guys, please go check out Dion. I'm pretty sure most of you who are following me came from either her or Erica. So if you are new to my channel and you do not know who I am talking about, both of their pages will be linked down below, but Dion's part of this collab will be linked down below, guys. Please give her a check out and tell her the buffet sent you. And I am just so happy that you're all here with us. So thank you so much for stopping by. It's been me, Jasmine, the Buffet Witch, even though I repeated myself because I really wanted it to sink in. Take care, have fun, love yourself, drink water, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.